to my channel. I am Nicole, two eyes to see, God's no title servant. Wisdom speaks through Nicole. Hello, hello. I pray everybody is having a fantastic day. I come with something that I feel like is necessary and needed in this hour. We here in the United States is currently dealing with the DEI situation, the attempt to pause federal grants and loans, early child care money, and other financial assistance programs. Okay, but here's what happened. A federal judge temporarily blocks his administration freeze. Okay, so there was something that was trying to be put in place, but it has temporarily. Notice what I said, temporarily. So we still have something that we have to deal with. Also, he's offering to pay out civil servants, okay, who do not wish to remain part of his administration. The Office of Personnel Management told federal workers in an email on Tuesday they would receive pay and benefits until later this year as long as they part ways by Thursday. Okay, here's what happened. A senator by the name of Tim Kaine called it an offer trick in that he had no authority to make such an offer. Guys, here's what's going on. There are things openly that's taking place, okay? But there's much more behind the scenes that's hidden, okay, that we can't see. Every day, okay? I have been asking for the past 7 or 8 months. I want to say it's the past 7 or 8 months. Okay, that's beyond a little over a year. Okay, to ask you guys to pause at noon and pray. Now here's the deal. I know many of you may not come to social media at that time. It's fine. That's not what I'm asking, but I'm asking you to commit. Set a timer to remind you. I personally do not post it every day, but I do most days. Okay? It is not a coincidence that the word pause and that I asked you guys to pause every day to come together on one accord to pray for America. Here's what is happening now. When everybody read this, and even in this moment, even though it's temporarily being looked at, people are still in the panic and fear because they don't know what the end outcome is going to be. But here's the deal. I get it. I bet it got everybody's attention. Everybody's attentive now, but many people were not and still not attentive to the instructions. There were instructions given for the United States. There were instructions given for God's people that are here in the United States. Okay? You can't look at where it's coming from. I mean, you can't look at who it's coming from. You have to look at where it's coming from. Here's the deal. Don't look at the immediate person as to where it's coming from. The immediate person is an individual human form person that is giving the information. But when you look at the who, the origins of where it came from God. He uses his people. He has to use a willing vessel to get his message to his people. So again, do not look at the person. The only thing you're doing with the person who's giving the message is simply trying their spirit, testing the spirit to see if it be of God. 1 John 4:1, one of my favorite scriptures. That's all you're doing with that person. Aside from that, you don't care what color they are. You don't care if they speak proper grammar, if it's broken English. You don't care about any of that. You don't care if they have a high-pitched voice, if they have a deep voice with a lot of tenor. That's no concern of yours, just their spirit. Okay? So remember that because you're going to miss it. God uses who he wants to use. Back to what I was stating. It's not a coincidence that the word pause was used. Okay? I feel that the noon prayer is beneficial because we have so many Americans, okay, at this hour, if they would just pause, you know the impact that we can make and what would actually happen. And here's the other thing. What about people who don't know about what we're doing? Some of you won't even share it so it can get to where it has to go. How will the people even know? Let's say, for instance, some people don't remember. Don't you know if you put that we're praying now, it would jaw somebody to like, oh, okay, it's 12 o'clock, let me pray. Until they get in the rhythm and routine of it. It takes 3 weeks to form a habit and to break a habit, according to what they say with research. So if you mastered it and you got it, maybe the next 10, 20, 30, 100 people don't. So by you doing it, then they'll catch on and they'll start to do it. Again, a share doesn't kill you. Do you realize that the very first day God told us to pray at noon, okay, it wasn't an emergency? When I came and gave this information, okay, no emergency, okay? Do you know, I love analogies. Do you know when you first get a pain in your body or you dizzy and you feel uneasy or something's wrong in your body? Do you know at that moment that's the emergency? The emergency is not when you pass out, okay, and you're unconscious and somebody finds you and they call an ambulance and we get you to the emergency room and they begin to do prep work for surgery to get you well. That's that's not an emergency. I call that behind time. I call that chasing something because now we're playing catch up to correct the problem that you didn't deem an emergency at the onset of the pain and dizziness. Okay? When I asked everyone to please pause and to come and ask God to have mercy upon us and ask Him to have compassion for us, okay, that's what we're doing. When we ask God to have mercy, we're asking for compassion. We're asking Him to withhold what we rightly deserve. We're asking Him to hold consequences of what we deserve, okay? We are guilty as a country of things. We're guilty as individuals for things we've done wrong. We need His mercy. We need God to change His mind concerning our country, concerning us. He may or may not do it. He's sovereign. He can do what He wants to do. I'm just asking, guys. I posted is there for you. I'm just asking that you would pause. I would like to add something to what we're currently doing at noon. Here's what I would like to add, if you don't mind. Psalms 51:1. Have mercy on me, O God, because of your unfailing love, because of your great compassion. Blot out the stain of my sins. Now, everybody know that I love to teach. And I love to hear what the Holy Spirit tells me to do concerning myself, my family, and God's people. So here's what we're saying. Have mercy on America and its people, oh God, because of your unfailing love, because of your great compassion. Blot out the stain of my sins. We're being specific. We're going to say that verse specifically, okay? For anyone who would view this and you do not live in America, because I have other people who have subscribed to my channel who do not live in America, please, I beg of you, do not take offense from Nicole, the no title servant, that I'm being biased. If you have something that's going on in your country, okay, and you need God to move, please apply the same principles. God is no a respecter of persons, okay? He will honor your plea. He will honor your coming at your noon hour to pray for your country. So again, no offense to any other country a person who would view this. Do the same. Follow these same instructions. Go to God for your country. The prayers that God would touch the world as a whole. The earth belongs to Him. We want God to touch the world. We do. Okay? So I pray that this is beneficial and helpful to someone, and be on the lookout. I will post here on this channel, noon hour, when we should pause and we should pray. Come on, guys. There's so much more ahead. I'll be back with more information, but I did not want to make this particular video too long. Be blessed.